What's going on, cowboy? In this video, we're going to be talking about whether or not you and I should be buying into Solana right now. Is there still more potential upside to that? I've got some data, I got some charts that I want to show you that I'm learning from. I'm copying these big investor hedge funds, okay? We got lizard brains, all right? We're just a cowboy. Got lizard brains. We just copy. We don't try to outplay, outmarket. We don't do that because we're humble. We know that, hey, this market is being manipulated by the big money. Let's just copy what they're doing, okay? So let's just get right into it. Solana right now is at 159 per coin, and as you can tell here, it has been like trading sideways, but then in the last 30 days it has just been on a complete tear. We're going to the monthly chart, and you see in August 14th, this is when it started from $45. If you get in Solana from before August 15th, you are only in the green. And then so it's made its run all the way up to this all-time high at 158. So it has hit an all-time high. Congratulations to anyone who is on Solana. I'm not on it right now, but hopefully this video will inform you and me onto why we should be into Solana. But one of the principles that I like to live by, and this is just what I do, and you know what, let me just take a second. None of this is financial advice. This is just what I'm doing. This is my personal opinion. This is just entertainment. This is all of that, right? I have a little lizard brain. I'm a cowboy with little lizard brain, gorilla arms, and diamond hands. That's all I'm trying to do, is trying to get to 2 Bitcoin while helping as many people to their first. But it says here that it's an all-time high, and I really hate buying all-time highs. As a general principle, I do not buy all-time highs. Why? Because that's an all-time die. Okay, you all-time buy high, and that thing sooner or later will just sink down, because it always does. But I have some data that I want to show you. But right here in the last month, you see this keep on continuous climb. Like when it ran up to like September 1st. It just came off an all-time high. So if you bought in August 31st, that was this all-time high right around here. And then it drops. I'm not sure if it was it was all-time high, yeah, for sure. And it dropped, and you would have still made money. It would have dropped temporarily, and it would have gone up to this all-time high. So what I see here is a pattern. When it reaches an ATH all-time high, it drops. Solana will drop and then consolidate and then make its run up again. And then it drops, consolidate, makes its run up again. I'm not sure where it's gonna hit here, but we could definitely see it drop if it follows the patterns. And this is just what I'm doing, okay, not financial advice. And I'm just taking this pattern, right? This is just a little lizard brain. But here's what I wanted to show you, and this is the main point of the video here, is that when we go to this, bam, this right here is the digital asset flows, asset fund flows weekly. This measures how much money is pouring into the crypto markets, okay? And I'm going to skip what they're basically saying, is I'm going to show you right here. But right here, you see that $59 million flew into Bitcoin in the last week. Okay, this is dates available since September 3rd. So this is the week of September 3rd. So like August to September. That's when that moved in. And that was 59 million. Ethereum, 14.4 million, okay? 14.4 million. And so the big moves that happened to Ethereum last week were hedge fund moves. That was someone just sitting in a hedge fund room, pump it, okay, pump it. Ethereum, we're buying it now. And so they bought it, and they pushed Ethereum like these huge green candlesticks. So if you own Ethereum like I do, I mean, like we're in the green. This is great. And so one thing that was interesting here is Cardano went down to 6.5 million. Last week it was like 17 million or something like that. That's how much people moved in. So now hedge funds are predicting that, hey, a lot of people are still moving into Cardano, but not as much. But here's the big kicker. Solana right here, if you see that, is sitting at 13.2 million. That means hedge funds, big money, big whales have invested heavily. It aside from Bitcoin, it is the number 1 spot. It's number 2 in total assets that hedge funds are pouring their money into. Now, does this include retailers as well? Yes, of course. But the majority of the money that's being poured into the markets right now, the big plays, it's being moved by hedge funds. The market cap for crypto markets right now is 2.3 trillion right now. 2.3 trillion. No little pesky lizard brain retail investor like you and me is going to be moving the market like that. It is the hedge funds that are moving into it. So they deem it necessary. They deem it okay and right to say, hey, we are moving into Solana for the week of August 30th through September 3rd. That's what they're doing. And so it's currently September 6th. Today's the date, September 6th. And here's where you and I are at. Now, another point of data is this blockchain center.net. I use this to find like sentiment analysis. And you can see here in the past 90 days, which is a season, right? We could see that about half, a little less than half of the coins out there in the top 50 are outperforming Bitcoin. So in the last 90 days, no, but that's because we had that bear market, trend in June and July, May even a little bit. No, June and July, and into August it switched. But in the last 30 days, nearly every single one of the top 50 coins outperformed Bitcoin in growth. That means they outgrew Bitcoin. And they outperformed Bitcoin. And you could just see here, Dogecoin outperformed Bitcoin. So if you were in Doge, you gained 23% versus Bitcoin at 16%. And this was my pick right at the beginning when I reached that one Bitcoin in August. I said, there's too much money being made right now. If I just sink my money into these specific coins, it will outperform Bitcoin. I will make money faster than if I just put into Bitcoin, which is why that was my whole contention. So I did reach the levels of one Bitcoin in 6 months, from zero to Bitcoin in 6 months. And so instead of buying that Bitcoin, I wanted to keep it in the markets in altcoins because they are outperforming. So here's what we're doing. In my opinion, right, in my entertainment, cowboy lizard brain opinion, that we have entered into a 90-day cycle of altcoin season. And we have just experienced the first 30 days of the next at least 90 days of altcoin season. So that means we're looking at the next 60 days of all these altcoins outperforming Bitcoin. And Bitcoin dominance starting to wane probably, but definitely more and more of these investor fund, hedge fund money going into altcoins like Solana. Okay, look, here's Solana in the last 30 days, up 300%. Are you absolutely wild? Like, if you can't see that number right there, 300% to the moon. This is attached to the moon right here. Look at that little moon. And so it looks like a smiley face. And so this is where we want to play, right? We want to play with, for me, I'm looking at Luna as well. I'm looking at Solana. Luna has experienced a little bit of a dip, and so, I will be buying that. My CRO on crypto.com is going well. And of course, I love VeChain. So these are things that I like during this time. Aside from, of course, I'm into ADA. Like, I haven't mentioned all of them. These are particular favorites of mine. But you can pick your own, right? Even ICP, that joke of a coin. You know what I mean? So pick your favorite coins, stick to them, because I think what we're doing now is we're entering into an altcoin season mode where like the next 60 days seem to be very, very exciting based on the last 30 days. Outperforming Bitcoin, and the last 90 days not. So we see that movement into it. And so when we take this point of comparison, hey, Solana, a lot of these hedge funds, and also here's another thing, that these hedge funds, you got to understand, if you're trying to make the decision whether or not Solana is a good pick to buy right now, what you have to ask yourself, what is your time frame? And when you ask yourself, what is your time frame, meaning like how long do I plan on being in Solana until I take my profits and my bags, you got to ask yourself, what are hedge funds' time frame? What are they thinking? How long do they think they're going to be involved in Solana? And most hedge funds are on years. They're on 1 to 2 to 5 to 10 year time frames. So if you're looking to buy Solana and stay in it for a week or two, you're probably going to lose. I mean, that's just, you might lose and now. Further out from that, I can't tell you, no one can predict the markets, but I'll tell you what, these hedge funds have years of a time frame. If you buy Solana now, it's at an all-time high. It's probably a good bet because they're getting into it. But you probably have to understand, like myself, that they are in it for the long haul. They probably predict Solana go up to like double, or in the last 30 days, it tripled, right? It went from 45 to like whatever it's at now. But it can't. I don't know if it's going to do that in the next 30 days. But I'm sure a lot of them are predicting like $300 Solanas, $400 Solanas. But they are on a completely different time frame. So if you and I can diamond hand, gorilla arm, lizard brain hold, and sit on our hands and buy Solana now, and you hold, I think you're good if you follow the trend of where the hedge funds are investing. Of course, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm merely reporting to you that this is where all the money's flowing into. Bitcoin first, Solana second. And it's interesting, they're even flowing into Bitcoin now, even though it's being outperformed by all of these assets, right? So, but again, they're flowing into it now because they have a longer time frame on these things. So you and I just have to have a longer time frame. Anyway, that's all I got for you. I think Solana is a good buy. But it's only a good buy if you hold for long term. Go where the money is. Don't overthink things. We just have a little lizard brain, gorilla arms, diamond hands. If you want to know more about like what's going on with the Cowboys, head into the saloon. Join cowboysofcrypto.com. Free giveaways, free airdrops, all that kind of stuff. I'm putting in content all the time there, and I want to shape it to a place for headquarters for the Cowboys. My name is Aaron. I don't know if I introduced myself to you. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you soon.